Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, and the tarot to communicate energies to you. Beautiful viewer, today's message will be what you need to hear right now. Message from spirit. We have 3 decks to choose from. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. They will be in the description box and in the pinned comment. You can go directly to your pick and I will see you there. Hello, beautiful pile number 1. If you pick this deck right here, we'll take a look at what message does Spirit want to give to you right here, right now. What do you need to hear? What's going to help? We'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message here for beautiful pile number 1. Spirit, what does pile number 1 need to hear right now? Thank you so much, and thank you so much, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed. Let us see what message the Spirit wants to communicate. Let's give it a good shuffle. All right. Interesting. I don't know if that's allowed here. All right. We'll pull 3 of these. Okay, your message is actually quite clear. Beautiful pile number 1. I was going to say, why is this dice here? We know why the dice is here. Okay, so interesting. I don't know if you guys can see these images in the watercolor cards here, but I feel as though there is a situation here in which you are feeling quite exposed, a little bit vulnerable. I think it's something you probably feel like you need to do or should do, have to do. It's something I think you feel you have to do here for yourself. And you're seeing it as something you have to do. I think you've kind of maybe, well, I heard from Spirit, tossed out of your mind, this is something that you probably want to do, but now it's kind of something where you feel like you're being forced to do this. And maybe the universe has forced it upon you, because I feel like this is something that maybe were supposed to do for yourself at some point in time, and maybe never really, I feel like you never really either took that chance, or I don't know, something about you being forced to do something here, okay? Or at least this is how you feel, and you know it's for your own good, or at least you feel like it's something you're supposed to be doing here. And I feel like you've come to the end of prolonging whatever this is, but I feel like you are probably not jumping into whatever this is, because you would either have to be vulnerable, expose yourself in some way, or at least, leave yourself in a vulnerable state here. I feel like you're, there's a period of investment and you know that it's going to take you some time to learn or figure out what you're supposed to navigate through kind of the unknown, because I think you've been holding off for quite some time here. And so I think there's quite a bit for you to learn about yourself and how to navigate and how to nurture yourself and this situation, which I feel is you haven't really nurtured it. It's almost like you've avoided it. And there's a message here coming through from Spirit that there's still more reflection you're having to do, or looking within yourself. And I think this is the learning period in which you then figure out how to navigate. But I think you might not have gone deep enough, or I don't know if you just did not want to go there subconsciously within yourself. Take a look at some of your shadows, some of your beliefs, some of your values. Spirit is saying that there's quite a bit here that you will release, and you will find comfort in what you're going to find, actually. But you have to go deep enough. And I think what Spirit is also saying is, whatever this thing is that you're needing to jump into, because you can no longer kind of carry out the way you were and invest whatever of yourself towards whatever this is. This learning period, I think, will also allow you to learn more about yourself. I think it's going to take you pretty deep in towards really understanding and realizing who you are. I think a lot of it will bring you a lot of comfort. I don't think you see that. I think you might be feeling or seeing this as something that could be awkward, painful, vulnerable, and there's no way around this other than getting down and dirty and getting your feet and your hands dirty, I feel here. And that means going in the trenches. That means being truthful. That means being open to understanding, figuring your way through something that you might feel could be overwhelming or out of your control, or you might feel like, yeah, like you could lose control or get lost or lose yourself. But just give me a moment. I'm being harassed by the telemarketers at this time. Same with yesterday's reading. Every time I do a reading early, I'm sorry about that. But what I was saying, and it was confirming, was there's a fear here of losing control, okay? And maybe you're somebody who likes to be in control of your own life or your own outcomes and plans, and maybe you always felt like you're kind of in control here, but Spirit is saying we're never really in control. Okay, the universe and destiny is really the path in which it's laid out. You do have control as to how you engage, but there's some things here that you cannot really avoid, you know. So Spirit's wanting you to dig in deep. Spirit is also putting a big message here that there is more comfort here, and you might be feeling, yeah, like a little out of place, awkward, feeling like you might lose control. You also feel a little bit forced, like it's now or never, like you can't no more going down your usual way. And Spirit is also saying that you are you're the only one really who can allow yourself to go there. like within yourself, to review your shadows, your subconscious, be truthful with who you are, and ask to see it, and you will see it. There's a lot you will come to understand about yourself that brings you lots of comfort, and that you are the only one really here that you can rely on to pull yourself out of whatever situation that might come about, which should give you reassurance here, because it doesn't really matter who else is involved or what happens here. Spirit wants you to build a confidence within yourself that you are capable and able to overcome anything here that might make you feel like you'd be at the mercy of, or vulnerable, like you'd be able to overcome this with your own, once you do the reflection, once you do the recognition here of how strong you really are. There's something about bringing some sort of comfort to you once you click the pieces here, but it's going to take some work. I essentially see a lot of shadow work is what this is saying, okay? But you're having to put the energy and the effort, and you can't really keep going the way you've been going here. And Spirit doesn't want you to remain kind of, remain kind of half in, half out, or defensive, or guarded, or and it might feel kind of a little bit out of place at first, and there will be building upon your experience here, and you'll get stronger and stronger as you understand more about yourself, and navigating through periods of time which you might have no control over, but you do have control over your own self here. And there should be some comfort in understanding that once you know who you are and learn to really love what you see or feel within yourself, faults and all, then there becomes a comfort in, if things still don't go as they are supposed to, that you are able to still make it through. But yeah, there's a lot of work, and I feel like you're having to really get in there and do the work. This is what your message is. All right, so I hope this resonates for you guys, and let me know in the comments. This is the first time I've done a reading like this, but the message is fairly clear. I hope I didn't miss anything, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you picked this deck right here, then pile number 2, this is your reading. We will take a look at what the Spirit wants to communicate to you right now. What message do you need to hear right now from Spirit? We'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message here for beautiful pile number 2. What does pile number 2 need to hear right now, Spirit? And thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm so grateful and blessed. Thank you so much for having me and for returning. If you are returning, I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Let's take a look. What do we have? 38 with toil and labor. 33 with concern. We have expectation with 28. We have 32 with despair. We have sudden wealth. 11. All right. Why is toil and labor here? We have coffin, number 19. What is concern here? We have adjudication. What is expectation here? We have lovers. Why is despair here? These two. We have great fortune and poverty. Interesting. These are flip-flopped. Okay. Beautiful. Pile number 2. Let's pull 3 of these as well, and then we'll get into your reading. Clear and concise message here for a beautiful pile number 2, Spirit. What do we have? We have self-care, spoil yourself in the moonlight. We have unleash, hold nothing back, expand into the universe. And new beginnings. From chaos comes calm. Yes, your message is quite clear as well. So lots of energy, effort. Maybe you've been working really, really hard, putting in a lot of time, putting in a lot of energy, putting in a lot of your emotions, I feel too. Really invested here. And I feel like you're really, really, really contemplating here and balancing out completely giving up or stopping. Like this could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be something that's just taking a lot of your time, energy, effort, investment. Okay, you could be investing your finances, you could be investing your time. There's a lot involved here when it comes to making this decision, and I feel like there's more people potentially involved here. But I feel like you're looking at the pros and cons here, because I feel like there is something you know that is greater, and something you know that speaks to your heart in a different way here. Because I feel like your mind and your heart are kind of a little bit at battle here. And I feel like in a practical way, things might not be ideal, or you might not be fulfilled or satisfied here. For a lot of you guys, this could be definitely about employment. Okay, but again, doesn't quite have to be, because I mean the Lovers could be choosing between, you know, what we're destined to be doing for a career, or who we're destined to be with as a life partner. And I mean, this could certainly be, you know, the divorce card here with adjudication. So we could be considering our life partner and contemplating, you know, what will happen with our security and our finances and what we've built for ourselves here. Or it could be leaving a career here or a job to pursue something completely different here. There's something about you balancing out your practical stability and wealth versus your, I think, emotional happiness here. And I don't feel like you've done it yet. I feel like you're really considering, or kind of split in the middle here. So the message here, what Spirit is saying, and mostly with these cards right here, is that you need to definitely listen to the voice inside you that is trying to tell you where it is not happy. And Spirit doesn't want you to hold back. And if it means having a new beginning for yourself in order to find peace within yourself, then that is what Spirit is suggesting you do. And there's a huge unknown, big question mark, a big leap into not knowing. And Spirit is saying that that is okay, that that is part of what this experience is, and to trust in your intuition and to trust in the universe to provide you with great fortune and wealth. Okay, because I feel like if you are taking a look at a situation here that you're investing a lot of your time and energy and you're not content, there is a risk here. And the risk here is you losing more time away from what you're supposed to be doing here. What I'm hearing from Spirit is that you have I think you're really, really focused on this initial stage, which would make a lot of sense. I mean, I'm not one here to tell people to quit their job. You'll know what this is about, okay? So if you've been really contemplating quitting your career or leaving a marriage or a partnership, or something you've invested a lot of time, I feel like you'll know if it doesn't feel right anymore, if it's more energy and effort and turmoil and a drain on you. And if you have a voice in you telling you that there's another way, there's something else here, and Spirit is saying that out of this unknown, leap into the unknown, there is great fortune and wealth that will come your way. And I feel like you're needing to be loyal to that voice, because that is yourself. Okay. And the more you ignore it or silence it or dismiss it, there's a message here of it building into greater pain or a greater sense of despair and manifesting itself in different ways, physically and also around you, until it's obvious that you have to make this this jump. Okay, now I'm not trying to instill any sort of fear, but I feel like what the universe wants is to make a very obvious decision for you, so the universe will push you towards the best destined outcome for yourself here. And you know, it's kind of like that frog in boiling water. Like if you put a frog in the boiling water, it'll jump out. But if you put the frog in the water, cool water, and then you just turn the pot on in the stove, you know, eventually the water gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, and the frog boils itself to death. Here is kind of the same analogy I'm seeing. I see you're in a situation here in which you might start to justify that it is okay, or that it makes sense, or that whatever, but slowly the turmoil and the unhappiness and the lack of fulfillment is slowly being dialed up here, until you listen to yourself and be loyal to that voice and dedicated to choosing what is calling out to your heart here, because that is the path of sudden wealth. That is the path of great fortune. That is the path that's going to steer you away from lack. And that you will find loyal people, and that you will be blessed with what the universe has to offer down this path, because it is meant for you. Okay, so maybe right now you're contemplating, and maybe you're fairly balanced about it. I feel like you haven't quite pulled the trigger, but I feel like you're kind of more in your mind about it, and it's not really allowing you to act, because I know it might be a little bit scary to take that jump and have a new beginning here, especially when there's a lot of unknown. But this is the message that Spirit is wanting you to know. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Pile number 2. I hope this helped, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, beautiful pile number 3. If you pick this deck right here, pile number 3, this is your reading. We've had some pretty powerful messages here for 1 and 2. So let's see, what does Spirit want to communicate to you? What do you need to hear right now? Spirit, clear and concise message for pile number 3. What do they need to hear right now? What message do they need to hear right now? Thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy and the energy around you. I'm so blessed, so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's see what we have here. What you need to know right here, right now. Timeless reading for you. Oops. Clear and concise message here for pile number 3. So we have 60 with no goal. We have 40 with love grows love. We have 66 with alchemy. We have 76 with death of the deceitful. We have protect your heart with 47. Oh. All right, we have 25 gifts to the portal. We have 11 with good things. We have 46 with everything will be okay. 2 more cards here. 2 more cards for pile number 3. Ten with can't be caught. And we also have 57 with twin. Let's pull 3 of these and then we'll get into your reading. We have boundaries. Put a ring around yourself and your energies. Of limitless. Know your worth. Very similar messages here. And we have replenish. The sun will rise and we will try again. Beautiful. Okay, so what do we have here? Beautiful people. I think this has to do with a relationship here, okay? And I do feel like it could be someone here with your twin flame or your soulmate. I'm getting heavy twin flame here, but a partnership here. Somebody that you love deeply, okay? And I feel like it's somebody you've been putting a lot of love, have unconditional, pure love. But I feel like you're giving of yourself. You're giving of yourself. I feel like you're turning in a new phase here in this connection, and you're learning about boundaries, and you're learning about how much love you carry, and you're also learning that having boundaries does not mean that you do not love somebody unconditional here. I feel like you're learning how to give of yourself and how to pull back here in order to protect yourself, because I feel like you've been really hurt here, and you're needing to put an end to things that might hurt you. And I feel like in this situation you might be dealing with somebody here who might have lied to you, okay? Or you might have feel slighted by this person. You might feel like this person is not maybe showing up, or this person kind of feels a little bit like they're maybe doing their own thing, or there's something here about you might have been investing in this person, giving love to this person. This person could have taken you for granted. This person could be just, I don't know, doing whatever they do here, okay? This is really twin flame-ish, because I do feel like there is you understanding now how you're supposed to be respecting your own energy, your own love, your own time. And I do feel like you're now very understanding that you do have value, and that you have been giving and loving and providing, and that the love you have here is a blessing. It is a blessing, whether it's taken for granted or not. I feel like the bigger thing here is you learning to really protect your time, protect your heart, protect yourself from, you know, people who might not be investing in you energetically here. And I feel like you could be definitely in cycles here, okay? Or at least have been part of cycles, and maybe you're putting your foot down here to no longer be in a cycle. But I think the message here is from Spirit saying that you are resilient enough to go through, and Spirit is showing me right now these cycles. But as these cycles spin, I don't know, maybe I'll do it this way. Okay, so there's a cycle, and then as it spins, there's another cycle, and as that spins, and there's another cycle, and overall you're kind of feeling like you're doing circles here or not progressing. Okay, but I feel like you are understanding more about yourself and your boundaries and the type of love that you carry. And I feel like overall you're getting stronger and stronger in trusting yourself and who you are and what you want for yourself. The big message here is that trust, that no matter where you are here in this journey, that this journey is made specifically for you. Not to feel like the message here is not to beat yourself up, but to remain firm in understanding that you and your love and your time and your energy and your dedication here is valuable. And it is okay to say no. And it is okay to shut yourself off when you need to from situations that don't make you feel good in order to protect yourself here. And I feel like what is meant for you is for you. You can't lose what is meant for you here, okay? No matter how much you feel you're shutting yourself out, what is meant for you does not weigh a thing. It is not heavy. Doesn't feel like a 10 of wands. Okay, so if you're feeling burdened, if you're feeling heavy, if you're feeling like you're carrying or outputting more, then it's time to boundary up and pull your energy away here for as long as you need. Because what this is doing is allowing people and situations and circumstances to balance out. And as it balances out, it gets more aligned towards where it needs to be in order to bring the right type of energy forward and move a situation forward. But the more we kind of stoop to a lower vibrational energy or allow ourselves to be bent, and I say allow ourselves because we could experience something here, but if we've experienced that, we should take the lessons and then implement or learn or grow. And sometimes we don't learn the lesson the first time or the second or third time, but every time we go through a lesson, something else is learnt. So, and it is for a purpose here. But understand that what is meant for you will not pass you by. I think that's the big one. And you don't need to sacrifice any piece of yourself here. Because I do feel like this is somebody in your life here that you might feel like you don't want to let go of, or there might be a loss here, but I don't see that at all. I see this as you being very loving and very giving and very caring, but I also see you very much taken for granted. Somebody here might not be providing you with the same respect outwardly, energy or effort here. Now, if somebody is being abusive towards you, that's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about somebody who might not recognize your value because they might be caught up in their own growth, their own energy here. And I do feel like for some of you guys, you might have been outwardly lied to or feel slighted by this person. But I don't think that this person is intending to hurt you, and I think you'd know the difference. But again, the message is to protect yourself and take no bull, okay? To allow yourself to receive at this time. And there's confirmation here that this is a very, very destined connection you have here. Okay, I do feel like it's very destined, very spiritual, and very much meant for you. So I could see why this is very challenging here. Okay, but I feel like with the sun will rise and we will try again. There's a need to not be so hard on the situation here, and knowing our boundaries. But I don't think we need to be I don't know. I feel like there's something here about flip-flopping. Yeah, something about flip-flopping. And I think what Spirit is saying is we can have a boundary here and continuously keep moving on, focusing on self, knowing self-worth. We do not have to be completely immersed here, okay? Yeah, there's a focus on understanding that your love here is absolutely a gift, a blessing here. So, I mean, I think you recognize your love is a blessing and a gift here, but I feel like you might give a lot of yourself here and you kind of drain yourself out. And so then you might shut off, or you might then feel taken for granted or feel lied to. But I feel like the message is you're kind of doing it to yourself. Okay, and I know that sounds a little painful because we like to blame other people sometimes for how we're feeling, especially when we don't feel very good. But nobody can really take from you your time and your energy unless you're willing to put it out there. So I think you're learning a lesson of where to invest. And again, I'm going to say what is meant for you will not pass you by, and it does not weigh a thing. So if you're feeling heavy in your heart, pull away. But if you have consistent boundaries, then you can continue to invest where you need to invest and not cross your boundary here. And I feel like bit by bit, there's a shift here, but I do feel a great deep sense of love here from an energy here that loves you very much. But I feel like this energy is having also a destined lesson here that they're going through, and I feel like they are also learning to protect themselves here. It's a different lesson though, so it kind of it triggers each other here. That's why it sounds very twin flame. Okay, so whatever your learning is kind of meant for you here, and whatever your person, this situation is, this person is having to learn something here as well. So when you guys come together, you're able to make magic happen here. Okay, so that's the message. It's pretty twin flamey-ish, like I say, but maybe it's just a reminder for you here to be firm in your boundaries, to know your worth, to know that, tomorrow is another day, and to be forgiving of having to relive maybe the same cycle, same lessons here. But there is a there is the louder message here, which is what is meant for you will not pass you by. All right, so keep your boundaries, know your worth, everything will be okay here. And yeah, this is a beautiful energy though that I'm feeling all around, but you might be feeling kind of up and down. So hopefully you're in your up, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.